Yes, talked about Islamophobia, so I just think it's fair to ask. There's been a lot of heated debate in the media this week, among them Bill Maher making these comments about what he described was in some Muslim countries the oppression of women, the oppression of homosexuals, and basically a criticism of some of these countries. How do you react to that kind of statement?
Well, the purpose of us gathering here today is to announce what we like to refer to as an educational initiative. It is our belief that the masses of the people need to be educated about what is Islam in truth, according to the sources, and what isn't Islam, what is permissible and what's impermissible. There are a lot of, I hope that we know that even in the very country in which we live, that there's repression of women, there's targeting of women, there's denial of women. These are not problems that are specific to Muslims. And it is true that in many countries of the world, some of them Muslim countries, some of them not, that we have these injustices. So, and we see as well that the young people of this generation throughout the world who are coming out into the streets, who are raising their voices in favor of justice and against injustice. So we would endeavor to educate Mr. Maher and anybody else, because we don't think that they have the correct information.
And just one follow-up. Just to follow up, the debate itself.
Yeah.
When you saw Mr. Affleck and Mr. Maher debating, does that make you uncomfortable, or do you like these things to get out in the open so you, gentlemen like yourself, can respond?
We think that it's a necessary debate. Yes. Good question. Yes, again, when we are referring to extremism, we're speaking of acts and ideologies that target innocent people for acts of violence. And the United States of America has its own roster of extremists, and so does every other country. And so, again, we're speaking up against violent extremism, no matter whom or what. We would provide you with the criteria and ask you to provide the example. This is one of the things that we're concerned about with our friends in the media. That the media too often speaks about the Muslim extremists, and I'm not going to name them because we're going to be here all afternoon. And it's not our intention to have a press conference every time some Muslim extremist group pops up and does something. We're against all extremism, be they Muslim, Christian, atheists, be they individuals, organizations, groups, or nations. We're against all extremism. And regarding your second question, yes, the particular initiative that we're speaking of is going to be occurring simultaneously from our pulpits, because every Friday during the hour of worship, we have men, women, and children who come to the mosque who we believe need to receive guidance from the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet so that they can counter in their own minds the misguidance that is coming from extremists in our community. Yes, sir, brother.
I'm Andrew Johnson from the Uptowner. I'm covering Harlem, Washington Heights, and Inwood. How are Muslims in Harlem, Washington Heights, and Inwood, how are they dealing with this issue of Islamophobia? And what have they told you personally as someone who is an imam from that area?
All of us are striving to deal with the problem the same way. I am the imam of a mosque in Harlem. Imam Konate, Imam Shabazz, these are imams from the very areas that you mentioned, as well as imams from Brooklyn, imams from Queens, imams from Staten Island. So all of us have the same problem of our faith being misrepresented. But we believe that it's necessary for us as Muslim leaders to correct the misinformation that is being passed on by Muslims themselves. So, and one of our strategies I know this is the media, but I have to let you in on one of our secret strategies. One of our secret strategies being implemented amongst Muslims through an act of conspiracy citywide is to be good neighbors to all of those people who live near us and the places that we worship. Because the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said, no one knows a person like his or her neighbor. So we're striving to be good neighbors so that our neighbors will speak up for us when the FBI or NYPD or whoever else comes knocking on this. I think that'll do it. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
Let's get one more question. Watch this, from a woman. Okay? Then after her question, we'll shut it down, and if you want to talk to us individually, then you can.
Okay.
Yes.
Who sponsors? I'm curious about the initiative who is sponsored by.
Again, the Islamic Leadership Council of Metropolitan. Thank you very much.
All right.
I'll turn it back over to Sheikh Abdullah.